Howdy, Travis from KnowHow here. If you're following along in this video series, you now know how KnowHow uses artificial intelligence in order to create step-by-step processes with a single prompt, with a video of someone explaining how to do something, or even with a static PDF. But now in this video, we're going to talk about how KnowHow uses artificial intelligence to create test questions for your team based on your processes so you can confirm their competency in the things that are most important in their role. Let's dive into it. All right, so we're back in KnowHow here, and maybe on the screen you have seen this skill builder review section down here. This is where we encourage people to take multiple choice true-false tests that they've taken in the past in order to grow and solidify their knowledge. So let's go through one quickly, and then I'll flip over into the back end so you can see how easy it is to create one of these as well. Let's go through this process. Skim coat a ceiling. And I'm going to jump straight into the test. I got to be honest, I don't really like my odds because you can see I scored 3 out of 5 last time, and that was about 1.5 years ago. So let's see how this goes. So I click on this, and it's going to pull open KnowHow's Skill Builder functionality. These are short 5-question check-ins on critical aspects of the process to confirm that you're paying attention. Second coat should be applied with a 6-inch drywall knife. That's got to be false. Yeah, I cannot imagine. I may be someone who works primarily in tech, but I know that is not an effective way to skim coat a ceiling. The mixture must remain thick to cover marks or popcorn on the ceiling. True. Okay, great. 2 for 2. Actually, this would be pretty remarkable if last time I got 60% and I already beat that. The drywall compound should be thicker when applying with a roller. I would say that is true, and I was wrong. And now I am reminding myself why I tend to work in technology. What should be done if high spots are found during the light test? Mark in sand. Okay, so we're at 3 out of 5. So it all comes down to this. Will I beat my previous score from 1.5 years ago? What tool is used to knock off any bumps or protrusions in the ceiling? 6-inch drywall knife. Look at us. We did it together. You and me. Way to go, team. So you can see that was a short little skill builder check-in to see if I knew what I was talking about. I still, if I were you, would not hire me to skim coat a ceiling, but good to know. I'm starting to understand the lay of the land a little bit better. These are super easy, lightweight check-ins for you to measure the competency of your team on the processes that you're walking through them. And now, all of those questions were generated by artificial intelligence. So why don't we flip and I will show you how you can generate those yourself based on the processes you create. You might remember in the previous video, we created this video, how to set up and operate a Phoenix DryMax dehumidifier. So you can see step by step, all the things you need to do to set up and operate a dehumidifier. This is actually from that PDF that we imported in the last video. And now there's this button here called Skill Builder. And so I'm going to click Enable, and this is going to show me where I can use artificial intelligence to create multiple choice questions for this process. If I click Generate, what's going to happen is it's going to read all the text in that process, and then we've trained it up on how to create good true-false questions, good multiple choice questions based on the content in the process. So let's read through a few of these. If the power cord of the Phoenix DryMax dehumidifier is damaged, it should be replaced by a manufacturer. Where can you find the complete manual? Is it safe to use the dehu outdoors and elevations over 2,000 meters? Information about how to turn on the power, operate in a horizontal position. Now you can customize any of these if you want. You can say, and actually I want to put a multiple choice question here, or true false is okay. Once you've landed on these though, and you've found, hey, these questions are great, I'm going to turn on that toggle. And now workers are going to start to get tested on this content once they complete these processes. And so like we saw before, it is not an onerous exam where you have to study in advance and you have to sweat it out. These are quick 45-second check-ins with the goal of just quick pulse check. How are we doing here? Did you read the content? Did you understand what was being taught? Through the power of artificial intelligence, KnowHow is not only helping you create your playbook from scratch, it's also helping you ensure that your workers don't just read through your processes. You can imagine a world where everything was in an operations binder and workers like, yep, 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 sure, let me get out there. Well, with KnowHow's Skill Builder, artificial intelligence helps create these test questions on your hundreds and hundreds of processes in seconds. So you can not only put this content in front of your staff, you can ensure that they actually know the company way of doing things before they head out onto a job site. This experience is the exact same whether you're on desktop or on mobile. Super lightweight, super easy, reports so that you and your staff have records of how everyone is doing, what they do know, what they don't know, and it allows you to make sure that your workers are competent and confident out on the job site. So we've used artificial intelligence to create processes. We've used artificial intelligence to create skill builder test questions to confirm the competency of my team. Next up, in the next video, we're going to use artificial intelligence in order to read massive 200-page documents to make sure that your workers always have the information they need, whether the task is simple or complex, at their fingertips. I'll see you in that video next.